The Lakers stole Game 1 in Chase Center on Tuesday, 117-112, to take a 1-0 series lead and strip the defending champs of home court advantage, and most of that was due to their defense. The Lakers have 3 of the 4 best individual defenders by defensive rating this playoffs, with Anthony Davis easily first, Jared Vanderbilt third, and LeBron James fourth. They have some other nice defenders around them, but this defensive trio has become a monster to deal with. The Warriors went on a furious 14-0 run in the fourth quarter with Vando on the bench with 5 fouls, but when he was on the floor, he might have been the most effective Curry stopper we've seen. Curry shot just 2 of 10 from the field and 1 of 5 from 3 when guarded by Vando, and only started getting in rhythm when guarded by anyone else. With him picking up Curry full court, and then Davis roaming the paint looking like the league's best defender, as well as LeBron moving freely in kind of the free safety role, the Lakers can cause true havoc. Now let's take a deeper look into their elite defense in Game 2. Before we get into the Lakers' defensive trio from hell, if you enjoy my content and watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watch me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. The Warriors opened their second round series against the Lakers by collectively expressing the same fear, over and over in just about every way possible. They rushed shots whenever Anthony Davis was around, or even might have been. They overpassed and overthought. They shied away from drives entirely at times, and failed to create any of the momentum going toward the basket that had carried them through the previous round. I mean, a lot of it is Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson said. It was the most dominant performance of the playoffs thus far. 30 points, 23 rebounds, 5 assists, and not only 4 blocks, but total defensive control. The Laker big man was everywhere in Game 1, looming on every play and in the mind of every Warrior, and Golden State lost because of it. They want to try to put pressure on the perimeter, funnel everything into the paint, and allow him to disrupt a lot, closing space pretty quick, Steph Curry said. It's kind of deceiving. You feel like you have a good look to get over the top, and he gets a fingertip on it. Do that enough times, and you can change not only the way an opponent plays, but the way that they think. The Warriors built a dynasty through skill and range, with every action predicated on the idea that Curry and Thompson can shoot from practically anywhere. But it can't stop there. The fullest version of Steve Kerr's offense leverages that constant threat to create balance. A dribble handoff for Thompson opens up a roll to the rim for Draymond Green. The sheer panic of attempting to track Curry dislodges an entire defense, allowing Kevon Looney to gobble up offensive rebounds. There were flashes of that in Game 1, but only flashes. Everything else was blotted out by Davis, whose long shadow inside made a jump shooting team only that. Golden State tried to play just beyond the arc, hoisting up 53 shots from 3 in Game 1. Some by design, some when they were all but invited, and others because nothing else seemed to materialize. Many of the Warriors' playoff opponents over the years have managed to either hound Curry as he winds around the floor or clog up the paint, but not both. Game 1 suggests the Lakers could be an exception. Jared Vanderbilt drew the assignment of guarding Steph out of the gate and played a top-locking style of defense that Curry and the Warriors are all too familiar with. What's not so familiar are the dimensions involved. Vanderbilt isn't just 6'8", but a lanky 6'8", with reach enough to keep Curry constantly looking over his shoulder. Having a defender that long on his back, while the even longer Davis stepped up to meet him, boxed Curry in at times, entangling his drives in over 14 feet of wingspan. Steph still managed to spring loose for 27 points on the night, but that it took 24 shots and so much effort was a great bit of work by the Lakers' defense. When it wasn't Vanderbilt chasing Curry, it was Dennis Schroeder, and when it wasn't Schroeder, it was whatever Laker was nearest when the sirens went off. The great constant, though, was the cover that every one of LA's perimeter defenders got from Davis, who walked a perfect balance of straying off his own man, often Looney and later Green, to apply pressure without really getting burned. There were times when it seemed as if the Warriors might have been better off running a more conventional high pick and roll at Davis just to limit his capacity to shade into the play. But attacking one of the most mobile bigs in the league is a daunting proposition in its own right. Davis is a skeleton key of defensive coverage, capable of jamming up the Grizzlies in one series and derailing the Warriors' polar opposite offense in the next. Golden State went to a smaller lineup down the stretch of Game 1 in the hope that it might find more room to breathe. Looney had 10 points, 23 rebounds, and 5 assists in this game, and was just days removed from breaking the Sacramento Kings with his work on the offensive glass. Yet Davis and the Lakers created enough problems to make the Warriors think they were better off without him in those closing moments, and that they might be able to get more flow into their offense by playing Draymond at the 5. Davis shadowed every play on defense and carried the Lakers' offense for 44 minutes in Game 1. He played the entire second half and finally started to run out of steam down the stretch. And on Thursday, he'll have to do it all over again. That's what it takes to beat the defending champs. There is a desperation in how the Lakers guard Steph, in the way they sold out to contain him in Game 1, ignoring the majority of his teammates in the process. It was there in Golden State's most important offensive possession, when Curry pushed the ball up the court with a chance to tie the game and drew 2 defenders as soon as he crossed the logo. That's not game planning, it's a survival instinct. Curry kicked the ball to Green, who swung it to Poole, and the 23-year-old fired up a deep 3. A bit too deep maybe, but it was an open look for a high-end shooter who had already made 6 threes on the night. After an essentially perfect outing from Davis, Game 1 ended with the Lakers taking a risk, making a play out of fear of what Curry might do, and holding their breath. With Steph Curry, the Warriors can break any defense, but this might be the toughest defense the Dynasty Warriors have had to crack. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.